Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Project Freelance. My name is Kay. I am a freelance videographer, photographer, drone pilot. I'm also a musician. I just joined a band called the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. I am a metal screamer, so I am now screaming for that band. If you have heard of them, well, hi, hello, I just joined. If you haven't heard of them, well, you should probably jump into Spotify. They've been around for 20 years. They are what I consider a legacy emo band. We are going on tour over the next several months. We're playing a bunch of music festivals. Very excited for that. But this podcast is like my baby. I love this podcast. It's a great resource for me to get better at business. And I think it's a good resource for the listeners, the audience, to not only get to know different types of freelance work, but also how people built their businesses, the mistakes they made along the way, what they learned in that journey, and how it made them better as business people as well as creatives. So this is Project Freelance. Welcome to the show. Let's jump in. So this episode of Project Freelance is really cool. I got hit up by a guy named Matthew, and he runs Toronto FPV. He is also a snake breeder and enthusiast. He also owns a hair salon, just an all-around creative artist. But I wanted to kind of hone in on the FPV stuff because it is such a fascinating space, in my opinion, and I want to learn more about it. So selfishly, I'm educating myself, but also this is for you guys, obviously, because otherwise I wouldn't record this and share it with you. But I'm super excited to share this episode with you guys. This is Matthew's story about how he kind of got started into the FPV world, why he wanted to do it, and the pain points he faced along the way that led him to actually creating his own FPV drone, building his own model. Very, very cool. And before we get into it, just a couple housekeeping things. If you're new to Project Freelance, I try to post these as often as I can, but with my schedule as a touring musician, as well as a freelancer that travels across the world to film different things. I also film rocket launches with a team called Interstellar Gateway. I'm busy a lot, but I love this podcast and I love putting these episodes out. So if you want to know when a new one drops, just subscribe, whatever platform you're on, whether it be YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, just subscribe. And if you guys have feedback, please leave a rating and feedback. It really helps the podcast grow and helps us find other creative people like yourselves that may get some value out of a podcast like this. So please definitely leave a rating and feedback, share it with your community, and let's dive in. This is Matthew's story. Matthew, thank you for coming on. Please tell everybody what you do here on Project Freelance.
That can go forever, man. Yeah, so at 19, I started as a hairdresser. And actually before that, I was like a tattoo artist. So it's like I've always kind of dove into things head first. Like there was no tattoo equipment for a 16-year-old to buy. So I found it on eBay. I started tattooing all my friends. And it turns out that bending over and trying to draw was something that's like vibrating isn't so much fun. It doesn't give you all that freedom you thought you'd get. And I was doing terrible. So I took co-op and they put me in a hair salon. I'm just like, really? Turns out at a hair salon, you're doing art and you're getting to talk to your art. So it's nicer than being an artist where you're like all alone and who knows what happens. So did that and basically did it competitively, did all the big stuff, Miss Canada, Miss Universe. I was doing fashion shows, and I was very fortunate because my mother met Shakira's hairdresser.
Oh, casual.
Yeah. He's Spanish. She's Spanish. Sure. So they got me into a crazy. Yeah, I got into a crazy hair salon where it's like $200 haircuts, but I was just this kid from the suburbs, and I was a punk. So, so I didn't really fit in. And after a while of it, I got sick of the rich people, and I went to just work at the mall, and I got super busy. I worked all hours, like just workaholic, party hard, work hard, opened my own salon. That was good. I got into reptiles. I got one as a pet. And that was another like crazy story where it was like I wanted a tortoise and I saved up the money to get this perfect tortoise. And I went to the reptile show, and instead of them having the tortoise I wanted, there were thousands of snakes. And I was like, what is this?
Hold on.
I was like, what is this madness?
Wow.
And lots of people have crazy ideas about snakes. Like they think, oh, they're all poison. So like people will ask me, like, did you take its teeth out? Did you devenom it? Like, is it alive? Like that, like the number one question is just, is it real? Is it real?
Mean?
Like,
nah,
like
bro,
no. It's battery operated. It's the new thing, you know? Like it's just
that's crazy.
And it's asked so many times that it starts to actually bother you. Where it's
like, at first you're like, this is funny, and then you're like, all right, are we?
I just say no. It's not. It's not. And there was one time I was in a bad mood, and some lady with her children asked me, and I'm just like, that's a dumb question. And she's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, are your children real?
Oh my god. Yo, people like open the schools. What is happening?
Yeah. Oh and then I lived a crazy life. It was just, the industry, it was just drugs and partying, like living my life like a rock star. And then I made a baby, and that was like, I want to be a good dad. I want to be My dad's not a bad person, but he just left me always kind of wanting more. I wish I had a dad that's like, hey son, let's go to the ball game. Hey son, I'm proud of you. My dad, he's German, so like he'd look at me a few times in my life. I remember he's like, son, so there's a lot of men who like men in that business. I'm like, Dad, women pay me to hang out with them. But he was like, son, if you ever have a problem, tell me. And then you have a problem and you tell him, and he's like, why would you do that? What are you, some sort of idiot?
Like, I'm not going to tell you that.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, dads. I think that, not to go too deep, but I think that everyone in life, men, women, non-binary, trans, doesn't matter. We're really all just scared little boys trying to make our dads proud. Like on the inside, all of us.
Or little girls.
No, I think we're all little boys inside, because the little boys are always trying to please their dads. I think we're all inherently little boys that are frightened of the world and trying to make our dads proud, period. Across the board. It doesn't matter who you are. It's inherently, we're all just scared little boys inside, and that's fine.
Yeah. And I built this hair business for 20 years, and I built a reptile business. And then photography, because I was at all these shoots doing hair. Right. So then I got a camera. I'm like, hey, while I'm waiting to style hair, is it okay if I just take a couple clicks? And you learn from different people in the industry. Sure. And it was really, really fun. It was too fun. And then COVID came. Yeah. And when COVID came, they shut me down for 3 years. Wow, I have all these snakes. So that was the start of content. I was like... Sure. Actually, with the hair salon, I built my business by dressing up as a superhero and giving haircuts on the street.
I love you. That's incredible.
I've always been like, how do people know? How do people find out? And I saw Kick-Ass. Sure. You saw the movie Kick-Ass?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I thought it was so cool. I'm like, I want to do that. So,
incredible.
So I dressed up as a superhero, blast superhero music, and
hell yeah,
built a business like that. And then when I was stuck at home, now we finally get to FPV, okay?
Sure.
I'm stuck at home. I don't know what to do. I started making reptile content, and then I thought to myself, I have this little like AliExpress $30 drone. I wonder if I could feed my snake with it.
Oh.
So I did.
Hold on. Wait. Okay. How did you your little AliExpress drone, how does it have the capability to like carry things? Like, are they just
dental floss. You never had like a Spider-Man? Did you ever have a Spider-Man with dental floss?
Yes. Now everything's making sense to me. Okay. So, okay.
Tiny rat, like tiny mouse, tiny drone, and dental floss. And I did it, and the reptile community lost it on me. They're like, you're an animal abuser. That could be dangerous, blah, 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 blah.
Hello?
Oh, God. And I'm here just thinking this was the greatest thing in the world.
Like, this is so cool. Yeah, of course. And then the internet being the internet did the internet thing.
I'm like, I'm not sorry. I won't apologize. It's still awesome.
Yeah.
Then obviously the next thing is now I need a big drone to do at the park with like a giant rat. Like we got to make it big snake, 8-foot snake at the park.
Sure,
Let's do it.
Oh my God.
And from that, I saw UAV Features, Stewie, and he had all these videos like cheap drone, build a drone, and I saw FPV, and I was like, you can fly? Like, I've always wanted to fly.
Sure.
And it became an obsession.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I got into FPV.
Wild. Dude, I think it's fascinating, like the trajectory that people take to get to FPV, because like I feel like most people, and of course like people watching this may correct me because I'm probably wrong, but like I think most FPV pilots just kind of fall into it and then become obsessed with it because it's insane. It's an insane thing to do, and it's so like drone pilots are crazy enough to like, you know, do what we do, but like FPV, like you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just crash all these drones and just try to get the shot. Like you dive bomb a build it, like come on, like that's insane. It's insane. It's the coolest thing ever. It's so sick, man. I love it. And so you get into drones to make content, right? And then you get into FPV, and then like where did you go from there? Like what was your kind of like jumping off point?
I was just like, I hate the reptile community. It's the most toxic community in the world. Like imagine you have a child and people tell you how to take care of your child. It's like, don't talk to me. Like,
yep.
And then the FPV community is so special because it's like the reptile community is so toxic that some people find the FPV community toxic, and it's like child's play. Like it's like,
for sure.
Seriously, like come on, we're playing with toys. You're flying. Like, can we all just be happy? Like, but there still get people where like you have to use this motor, you have to use this, and this is the right way. And you get these nerdy guys mostly that are just like, and it's back to being a kid. Like my friend has a skateboard and they can do a kickflip, and it's petty, but it's so petty that I find it like funny. Like I don't find it toxic. Like I find it hilarious, because then you'll get people that then will like post a video and then get bullied and then take it down. I'm like, you have to understand, if you do something and someone says something negative, like that's nicer than if they liked it and didn't say anything.
Right.
So
for
just
sure.
enjoy
At least they're
it.
saying something. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like you know, talking about the reptile community. Like I used to do video work when I lived in California for Jay, who owns Prehistoric Pets, you know, like the massive Instagram, TikTok following.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know him.
But yeah, I used to like film stuff for him back in the 2015, 2016 era. Back when he was doing stuff with like Brian Barczyk before obviously he passed away, like rest in peace, Brian. But I got to like, you know, work with them and do some crazy stuff with them. You know, he's got venomous stuff. He's obviously one of the biggest breeders of the reticulated python.
He's
like,
got the
in
content.
The world. He's the guy. He just like figured out the content game, like really figured it out. And I love that he's like super successful and like crushing it at that. But yeah, to your point, like the reptile community can be pretty toxic, and I kind of liken it to I explore abandoned places, and it's very similar. Like the urban exploring community is like super like high school, like, you know, gatekeepy about like everything, like to the point where like people are putting their own padlocks on like abandoned buildings to like not let other explorers in. It's crazy. Like you don't own this abandoned
secret.
Abandoned. Yeah, like bro, what are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. People are just crazy, but it's very similar. Like, and it's funny that we call these like communities when they're really not. Like a community is supposed to come together and like help each other, and that like that's not what I've seen in like either reptile world or in like urban exploring. But you're right, like FPV and I think drone pilots in general, but specifically FPV because it is so niche, I think they're more like happy to help each other, like learn and get better and like give them advice and guidance on like what parts are better or like new manufacturing or like whatever. I think it's because it is so small that it hasn't been like fully infiltrated by like the assholes yet.
Well, we understand the pain because it takes takes pain to survive beta flight and learn how to do all this crap. So that like it sifts out
Sure.
it sifts out half the people. Like,
Yep.
I have really bad ADD, but it's like I was so obsessed with flying that I had to get through that. Whereas lots of people just give up.
Yeah, because I mean, it is, you know, costly because you're, you know, when you start, you are like having to be willing to crash things to get better, you know. And I think people with like the drone world, like it's less likely to crash. You're definitely going to crash. Like it's inevitable. And if any drone pilot says they have never crashed, they're lying to you or they haven't flown.
Or they're just a sissy.
Or they're just scared.
A sissy pilot.
Yeah.
You're a little sissy.
That's real. Try harder. Do harder things. Yeah, no, it's real. But I mean, like FPV, like inherently you're going to fail. And like you have to accept that failure is an option. You know, it's like that's the only way to get better is through those like trials and the difficulties and failing over and over again. And then you can get up to the point where you're doing crazy stuff for like big companies or, you know, I'm sure you've seen the super famous, like the viral video of the bowling alley that guy.
Yeah,
like,
the one take.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Like you get to the point where you can do like crazy one take, like with actors coming in and like doing all this stuff. And like the coordination is just incredible, you know, to even pull that stuff off. And I feel like your average viewer doesn't understand like the logistics behind that stuff.
Even the sound design, like,
oh my god, in that video,
the sound design is amazing.
Incredible. Yeah. So with all these different like side like, I don't want to say like side hustles, but
it's fine. That's what it is. Freelancing,
what it
right?
is, you know? Yeah, it's free. That's what we do. We like, especially like artistic people, like we have different things that we're interested in and we pursue them fully, you know, whatever it is, however many there are. And I was talking about this a couple days ago with a friend of mine working on some music stuff. And I was telling them like, oh, my friend who's like this Australian musician, he's working on like an instrumental for us. But I was saying that like he's also an acrobat. Like he was a part of like Cirque du Soleil for a long time. Like it's interesting that like artistic people, we have so many, like we're not just an artist for one thing.
We're like exploding with passion.
Exactly. We have a lot of interests, a lot of things we like to pursue. And it's cool to like hear other people's like niche hobbies and that turn into like side hustles and freelance opportunities. So for you with your FPV stuff, like what was it, what was like the growing pains to start, you know, making money? You know what I mean? Like it's definitely not something you just like start making money. You know, it's something you got to get good at and then prove yourself. And then like, what was that process like for you?
So like I noticed you because and I think like you're super like under noticed and appreciated with like I first want to give like props to you for continuing and doing this. You can tell you really love it.
Yeah.
And more people got to see it. But I wanted to kind of talk about that in the way of, because I personally think the best way to make money with FPV is to just do video work.
Sure.
Right? Of course. When I got into it, I bought 3 bind and flies, all sub 250, because I'm in Toronto, so it's illegal. Like you can't fly anything not sub 250. But sub 250 here is like lawless. Like, don't be reckless, right? That's like the law.
Sure.
But
that's it.
You can't fly at the park, but you can legally fly downtown Toronto.
Make it make sense.
Yeah. But I don't care. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. But there's also all sorts of weird. I'm a terrible person because it's just like there's these little rules like, okay, Transit Canada only governs drones outdoors. So like if you go indoors, it's not governed by anyone. Right. And there's no law at the mall that says don't fly your drone in the mall.
In the mall, yeah.
So you can get kicked out.
Fuck it.
But it's like it's not a law. Like they could get you for mischief, but you'd have to break something, right? So there's all these little stupid loopholes that I am in.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like that whole get attention, do something kind of crazy, and that's what gets my jollies going. But when it came to like trying to kind of start a business, because I had started off with the hair salon, and I knew with the hair salon I can go to the distributor, I can go get wholesale.
Sure.
When it came to the snakes, the problem with it is I can't get them out of the country. It's like $1,000.
The laws,
all those permits you need. You need CITES. So it's just So I'm stuck. Everything's here. But with the drone, right from the beginning, I reached out to all the manufacturers and I just said price list.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like
how much? How much?
No applying, no nothing. Just like each company, hey, price list. And I got wholesale price lists and I started ordering parts in bulk.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. So right from the beginning, I've never looked at it like, okay, I want to be like a shop, because if you have an FPV shop, just so people know, right now it's almost impossible to even profit because of all the fees and tariffs.
Oh my God, it's the nightmare. It's a nightmare.
And even before, so think about this. Sure. I can get batteries for $8 American.
Yeah.
I buy a couple hundred of them.
Sure, of course.
Now I got to pay the shipping.
Yep.
And then the taxes and the shipping on batteries is heavy. So now I'm getting these batteries for $15 and I'm selling them for $20 or $25.
Sure.
So you're gonna spend $15 to make $5 and sit on it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's terrible. So the whole FPV business is it's actually a terrible business. Like, you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we have manufacturers that are making electronics. And they're putting them on frames. And they're not consulting with pilots, which is what they should do. So
of course.
Each company should have like a Mr. Steele or like me.
Yeah, whoever. Yeah, no, that's legitimate. No, that's a real thing. They're not talking to the people that are using the products.
Yeah, so understand that if you sit in a Nissan or a sedan and you drive it, there's a very different feeling than when you're on a motorcycle.
Of course. Or
a sports car. I like a motorcycle because it's like for cheap, for $2,000, you can get a motorcycle that's faster than any car unless they spent like $80K or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a motorcycle man. And I think that's part of it too. With motorcycles, I've been doing that for 15 years and I got to pay attention to everything.
Of course.
Because if you don't, you die.
Yeah.
or you lose a limb.
Yeah.
So FPV kind of allowed me to have this place where you could be psychotic and not die.
Yeah. Safely psychotic.
Yeah. So So now I'm a better dad now because my daughter will have me a longer time, right? Because I'm not being as crazy on my motorcycle.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Wait, that's so fascinating. Hold on. PSA for all motorcycle riders. Just get an FPV. You'll get the same kick without the death part.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I love it. I'm here for it.
But this is also what makes me less like scared of everything, because lots of people I think are scared, but I'm like, you have to understand, I'm risking my life almost every day and there are 5 people trying to kill me. Toronto is insane. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you've driven in Toronto.
I've
but
been
it's like
in the
New York.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God, they're just the worst. No one's paying attention.
Nope.
And it's just like, so if I can survive that, you'll have to forgive me if I don't feel guilty flying a 200-gram drone.
Sure. Really fast.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
dang. The comparison, that like makes so much sense in my brain. Like, that's fascinating. And it makes so much sense. And like the fact that like you can still, because obviously like you have to remain calm under the like stresses of like flying, but the same with the motorcycle. You can't drive anxious, like it's not an option because you'll die.
You do it or you can't. There's no maybe. If there's maybe, you can't. Like,
exactly. Wow.
Right?
Incredible.
So then with drones, we have these Chinese manufacturers that take the electronics and they put it on a frame and then they sell it.
Yeah.
And then they give it to people and they review it and say, this is the best.
Yep.
And then they get the sales, they get the affiliates and stuff. And it's not a lot. And it's just, imagine now if instead of doing that, they worked on their own project and were able to sell that and make a little bit more instead of giving the company 3% to kind of shill. Right?
Sure.
And there's still good products. There's lots of amazing products and good value products. But to me, I got these 3 bind and flies. And I broke all of them like pretty fast. And one of them was, the baby hawk. the
Yep,
Nano
yeah.
Baby
Oh,
Hawk.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was very popular. The Armiton Tadpole,
Mm-hmm.
another popular one, and then the HDLRC Petrel.
Yeah.
So three pretty popular little ones. And then what happened was the front right motor. I don't know if you hit one area over and over. I just break all my front right motors on
Interesting.
all
Okay.
three.
Interesting.
On all three.
Huh.
And then I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter because I got all the electronics. I can
Of
put them
course.
together and make one.
Sure.
But guess what? The electronics are not compatible with the frames because they don't have the mounting. One has a 15 by 15, one has a whoop board, and the other has a 20 by 20.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
then
God.
one of the motors is a 9mm mounting, the other one's a 12mm mounting, and they're different kV and they're different sizes.
Oh God.
So now I
kind
have
of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Of fucking.
I got 3 broken drones and I can't put them back together. And I'm just
no.
like, this is bullcrap.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just, I was obsessing, like, I'd watch all the content, find all the
Sure.
sub 250 content, and I found
Yeah.
a pilot named Pavel.
Mhm.
And Pavel, he made a drone called the Patch Ray.
Mhm.
And TBS was selling it. And I became friends with him. Like, this is what's so cool about the internet and FPV.
Yeah.
Like, we can meet each other. So
Sure.
I was like, hey, man, like, I saw the way it flew.
Yeah.
And I obsessed over that, too. Like, watching flight videos and seeing how these quads are flying.
Right.
Because you're seeing, for instance, the Baby Hawk that has these standoffs that are too big.
Yep.
So when the standoffs hit, they go like this.
Right.
Where I'm like, instead of making 25mm standoffs, we can make 18mm standoffs.
Sure.
Let's get it tighter, right? Let's get it more
Why not?
condensed.
Right.
So I found Pavel and I started flying his, and that really got me into. It was just a race pod, though. It wasn't like where you could put the battery on top.
Right.
And
It's a cool looking. I mean, the patch ray looks. It looks cool. It looks like a Star Wars.
No,
character.
it's sick. And the battery sits underneath, and the GoPro sits on top. So it's like a little like it's hard to explain unless like you've flown things where it's just when you're flying, there's the top and the bottom half.
Right. Exactly.
And you feel it when you turn.
Sure.
But on the patch ray, you wouldn't feel it. It just turns like a ball. So it feels like
because it's very like center
balanced.
Yep.
So then I started learning like 3D. I taught myself like AutoCAD so I could start making the drone I imagined. And then that was the start of like just me making what I wanted.
Sure.
And basically about 3 years and 20K in. That's what it took.
Yeah.
To just go even. So like now I'm at even. I'm not profiting, but I'm not I don't really have to pay for anything because I'm at the point. But the way I did it was like I'm only getting the parts that I want to build my thing. So if no one buys it, I have parts for days.
Sure.
But I'm not trying to sell everything.
Right.
You know?
Wow. It's like the most brilliant like creations are trying to solve a problem. And a lot of people that I speak to that make things like yourself, they're just trying to solve the problem that they had, and then they create something incredible. I filmed a video for a guy that created like a watch because he was like, I couldn't find a watch that I liked, so I made one. Like it's just, that's how great things are created is solving these problems that you have as a consumer, and that's what makes you like, whether you decide to eventually like sell your FPVs or not, like that's just what makes you a better pilot and more knowledgeable about the space that you're in, and like it will also allow you to like help other pilots like fly better or give them recommendations. It's absolutely fascinating to hear your story and how you got here. And I think a lot of people that are wanting to get into whether it's the drone space or photography or whatever, I think that they go into it thinking that like they can, one, just make money straight out the gate, and B, that it's not going to cost them, like there's no entry fee. But there is. Everything that you want to get into, there's an entry fee, whether
just
it's
time.
Like cost of gear, time, which is obviously like our most valuable asset that we have as humans. But it's going to cost money, like none of this is just like get in and like just do the thing. Like you gotta invest into it. Especially if you're trying to do something super niche like FPV, you know, it's not unaffordable. It's definitely like, it's definitely attainable, but I think people have to have the right mindset going into it, that it is going to be a lot of learning, a lot of mistakes, a lot of fixing things until you get to where you're like happy with the product.
It's the cheapest way to fly, like, period.
For sure. For sure. 100%. It is still cheaper than like, you know, consumer, you know, Mavic drones or whatever, because it is so easily customizable. And like for FPV, it is like the entry fee is less, unless you get obsessed with it like you did. And you're like, I'm going to make my own thing, but it's still cheaper. It's still cheaper than buying an Inspire or a Matrice, or, you know, like the higher end crazy cinema drones that, you know, cost can go.
And they're not fun.
Way
like
high.
That's the thing. I'm like, FPV is fun. Like, I just think of being a kid, and we're probably, I don't know, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh yeah, I'm 39.
Okay.
So a little bit older. But
Sure.
when I was a kid, we didn't have internet. So it was like you'd go to the fun fair.
Yeah.
They had the old airplanes that would like fall from the sky and put the smoke on, and at the last second bail.
Yep.
And that was just like, wow, you know? Yeah. And then Top Gun came out, and like the idea of like, I have all my drones set to like the Top Gun theme, like when you plug them in, because it's just like, like if it's not like that, like that, I don't even want it.
Right.
For sure. Yeah, like I want to feel the danger. I want to feel you know what I mean? Like, I'm sick. I'm like sick because it's like when I go on a flight where it's like sketchy and I just about lose my drone, I'm like, nothing makes me happy.
Nothing is better than almost losing.
Yeah, like it's just like I just about lost everything. Yeah,
narrowly escaping. Yeah. No, it's amazing. I mean, it's you know, it's the same for me when we like safely get out of an abandoned building, and like we always do the fist bump. You're like, we fucking did it, we survived, like we didn't get caught. Like I like that. There's nothing better, and that's what makes you want to keep doing it. You're like, how much more can I push the limits?
It's a high.
it is without doing drugs, and I think that's what makes it so great. You know, that's what makes it so awesome, is that like it's a natural high, if you will. It's the same, like I love skydiving. I just do. I've been like skydiving for fun since I was like 18. My first job, I worked at a skydive drop zone as a videographer. So like, and that's just because my mom took me skydiving for like my high school graduation. And while we were waiting for our video to be edited, because they film it, right? We were just like waiting on the, you know, in the, you know, waiting area, I guess. But there's other skydivers there like rolling their chutes or like whatever. And this guy was like looking at some footage on his laptop. And I was like, hey, like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, you know, I want to edit this video together. I just don't know how to edit. And like, obviously I'm not going to like ask the people at this drop zone that are working for them to like edit my own personal video. And I was like, oh, I can do it. So I just took his laptop and on the spot just edited some shit real quick together for him. And then like 2 weeks later, I get a phone call from the guy, and he's like, hey, the CEO of the skydive drop zone wants to hire you. Like, do you want to come intern here as a videographer and editor? And I was like, yeah. So I did that for like 2-3 years, and then moved. But I mean, it was insane. You know, like they all went skydiving every day at sunset as like we made it through the day with all the customers, whatever. And they would take me with them, you know, just cause it was so fun, man. It was so cool. And like, that's another thing that like, there's nothing that can get you more adrenaline and like that natural high than like almost dying. You're almost dying. They call it skydiving, but you're really just falling out of a plane. You're just falling out of a plane.
Yeah.
That's it. You're not, it's literally just like falling. And thank God or whoever that you survived every time. You know, it's wild, but yeah, I mean, that's what makes like, for me, like I'm wanting to get into FPV. I just like, and I have so many friends that are like, let me build you one. Like I can help you out, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like not quite there yet.
Oh, so you're not doing it yet?
Not yet, but I'm close. But I mean, I fly drones, you know what I mean? But tell me.
Next time you're in Toronto,
we
should make a video, because I'm like,
word.
in one day, in one day I'll take you on the sim. I'll give you all the training you need, and you'll be able to fly by the end of that day.
Love it. I love it. And then I'm going to become obsessed. And I want to do it. That's the thing. Like, you know,
save it for me.
I will. I'll do my very best. I don't know the next time I'll be in Toronto. I was just there last August. I competed in Mr. Beast's game show and we filmed it.
Well, that's how I found you.
Right, exactly.
I was like, who's the pilot? Because I noticed.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was in the game and I was like, who's the pilot? I got to know. You know, and I found him through like the behind the scenes video and I was like, yo, please come on my show. And he was like, all right, I don't really do podcasts, but I'm down.
Yeah, so that's how I found you.
That's amazing. Yeah, Josh is cool. Like I hit him up, you know, in May. My team that films rocket launches, we were trying to figure out how we could get to one of Mr. Beast's old islands in the Bahamas to film a launch, like fly over us, because it goes over the Bahamas and no one's filmed from there. So I hit him up. I was at first and I was like, hey, do you want to go back to that island and fly FPV for this? And he was like, oh, I wish I could, but we got to go to like Kenya or like, I was like, oh, for sure.
I'd be like, hell yeah. Anytime you need some crazy FPV, whatever, just.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, so like you and then my friend Joe that we ended up bringing to the Bahamas with us, he flies FPV for like Nat Geo and like BBC Earth and like he does all the like nature shit. And I was like, we need somebody that not only can fly FPV and drone, but also we need someone that's like used to being in like very remote locations. Cause like I'm pretty decent at like survival, but like this guy, like he's been on like 2-week Nat Geo shoots in the middle of literally nowhere. And I'm like, we just need for like safety. We need another human that's like capable of like helping if we need something, you know? Cause it was like fly there, take a charter flight to a smaller island, get on some sketchy ass boat that they like fucking hot wired, drop us off, and they're like, we'll see you in 4 days. Good luck. Like, oh my God. It was crazy, dude. It was the most insane thing I've ever done, but so fun. So fun. So, for you, like what is your ultimate like goal with FPV? Like, where do you want to go? I know you just mentioned that you're like not quite at like the profit side yet, but you're like getting there. So like, what is your ultimate like goal?
Well, like for me, I've always believed kind of in, it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there.
Sure.
So I didn't, like lots of my friends have bothered me, like my wife too, like, hey, do real estate, do all these things.
Sure.
But I obsessed over building something that perfectly balanced. Over like having a perfect tune, over like having something where I fly and it's like, this is what I want to fly. And then I just finished like kind of my indoor. Actually, I'll just take you. I'll take you to my.
Yeah, take me over.
I'll take you to my
journey.
Where is this? How do I switch the camera? Can I do it?
Oh, that I don't know.
Can we switch it? Oh, let me switch it.
You might just have to selfie style it backwards.
Okay.
Wow, look at your FPV desk. Let's go.
Wait a sec. So, yeah, welcome to my place. We got like the living room, and then
dude,
we got
I love the wall. Sorry,
this corner.
Like, big on, like,
we paint. Yeah, my wife's a makeup artist, and so
I understand.
Basically, in this corner, I remove this chair, and I pull that backdrop.
Yeah.
And then I can do little photo shoots, like portraits.
Nice.
And I'll show you one more thing before we get to the drones.
I love that you guys have like just creative space. It's so cool.
Oh, my wife gets mad at me, but like, so this is a room with like.
oh, wow. Oh my God.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like there's 80.
Wait, do you have drawers? Do you have a breeding like station?
Yeah. I have like 80
Pull a
snakes.
drawer for me.
Like,
let me see what you got going on.
Everywhere. Okay, so let me show you.
We're doing an unboxing right now. This is so cool. Oh my God.
Where are you?
Just little babies.
Like this is like a.
Wow. Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta whisper because they're
it's all good. Those are like IMGs.
Oh wow, dude.
Yeah, so I got.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I got too many animals.
That's the problem, you know. That's what we
I had like 150.
Oh God.
And now I'm down to 80. But then also here, like my station.
Wow, dude. Very cool.
So like,
cool coffee table. Love the
I'll sit here and edit.
Sure.
And then, I got like the computer set up to the TV.
Amazing.
And just edit.
Cool setup, bro. That's sick.
Yeah. And
I would take you over to my Leucistic ball python, but I have so many cables plugged into my laptop I can't.
Yeah.
Just know she's over there sleeping.
So there's my crazy corner, but this is my my kind of like final like indoor.
Oh my god, it's so tiny.
So
this so sick. Okay, so the bottom camera is. Wait, hold on. Give me like a little walkthrough with this guy.
Okay, so this guy is basically 98 grams.
Wow.
With the battery, with a 560 2S battery, and you can fly for like, well, with the ducks, like about 5 minutes.
Okay.
It has a GoPro 10 on it.
Sick.
So that like I stripped a GoPro and I designed.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So you just took out all the like bulky components and just like, wow.
But you know the way that things shake. So the GoPro board is actually floating.
Like on a gyro.
You see how it's floating?
Yeah.
No, it's like it's connected. So here, when the battery goes in, here I'll stick the battery in.
This is so fascinating.
Yeah, so you can see this. So I designed these prints, and this material is called PP.
Of course.
Like polypropylene or something like that, like plastic bottles.
Sure.
But like right now, like if you see, can you see the scale?
Yep.
With the battery and everything, 98 grams.
Wow.
So this can legitimately fly around Japan. So you can get like GoPro footage without worrying about breaking the law.
That's insane. Okay, wait. Now I have more questions. So if you were to sell this thing, like to me today, like what would you sell? What? But to fuck the tariffs. We're not talking about tariffs and import fees and blah blah blah. What would you sell one of these for?
It'd be around like 700-800.
Incredible. That's amazing. Wow. It's cool, man. That's freaking sick.
But it gets better. So then I was like, I have this important thing.
Yeah.
So I designed this.
Wait, is this a custom 3D printed? Like,
yeah. Doesn't it look like a number one?
Yeah.
Okay, and then now look. So now this.
No way. Dude, that's so cool. Oh my god. He's so happy.
And it says don't rip. I'm like, this is the moneymaker. We can't be
awesome. Dude, custom packaging. Get out of here, bro. That's crazy.
And then you can put like 4 batteries
in
there too.
Oh my god. Wait, take my money? That's so sick, dude. Wow.
But you gotta learn how to fly FPV or you'll be very sad.
Right.
Because it's not made to take hits. Like it really isn't.
No. Yeah, no. It's okay, so as I've been given a couple different options for like sims to practice in. Like what's your like recommendation for like a good sim?
I like Velocidrone. Like it's not super fancy, but it's just the physics are really good.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like the main like qualm I guess people have with a lot of these is that the physics are just like ass. Like you gotta if you're gonna fly the real deal, you gotta be able to like get to know how physics work with all this stuff. Fascinating.
Yep.
Very, very cool. Wow.
Little
amazing.
visit to the corner.
Thank you for sharing your corner with us. And
no problem.
dude, so cool to see.
I'm
like,
actually just gonna make a little coffee. I'll bring you to have some coffee.
Sure.
Do you need a drink? Get some water or anything?
I'm good. I got a little soda. I'm good. We're good to go. So like what inspires you to like go out and like create and like film stuff? Like what makes you get up and go?
The thing is that since I started, almost every flight I post, which I shouldn't do. Like it's not good for the algorithm because
fuck the algorithm. Who cares?
But it like from YouTube, what I've really learned is that like Mr. Beast says, if you make the best thing possible, if you take your time and you make that beautiful edit and you spend all week making like a 20-minute video, you're gonna kind of feel good. More people see it and it grows. Sure. But flight videos are totally kind of like, it's like Instagram. I always looked at it kind of more like a diary than like be jealous of me kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I hated also kind of like with the reptile thing. Like Jay will open eggs and open eggs and open eggs. And look at this rare thing. Sure. And as a creator, I think we're responsible in a way to teach people, like, you're going to get more joy out of your one snake than if you have 10 in drawers, Yep. And that took me a decade to learn.
For sure.
So now I kind of teach people, even when they get something from me, like, hey, look at it like a dog. Give it a good home, make sure all the things are right, and do that. And with drones, it's weird because it's like some people will look at me like as reckless and irresponsible.
Sure.
Which in a way I guess I am, but it's calculated. It's calculated.
Yeah, it's like mitigated risk, right? Like,
I have a flight plan. Like, I'm going to go rip Eden Center with that tiny drone. Where the where the geese are?
Yeah.
But they're all on these strings. There's tons of strings, so it's really it's really sketchy. And it's like, when you're ready to do it, like, you just commit, and it's kind of like, I'm gonna put my body somewhere. I'm gonna just do these 2 minutes.
Yep.
Like recently, like 2 videos ago, I did Walmart. I don't know if you saw that, but I did that with that tiny drone. And I'm just going to go back and forth once.
Yeah.
And no one, like, did anything, so I flew for, like, 3 minutes around Walmart, and my wife got so mad at me. And then people get angry, like, you're ruining the hobby. But I'm just like, here's the thing.
Who cares?
In Dubai, someone flew a drone into an airplane, and now FPV is illegal.
Yep.
Okay? And now we're going into an era where people are going to be able to have, like, that Insta360 drone. You've seen the anti-gravity?
Oh, my God. Yeah, dude, that thing's crazy.
It's so cool, and it's expensive. Now, to me, the problem is, like, the people with FPV, we've put in our time. We've learned how to fly. We've done all these things, so it's just, like, at least we're not complete idiots.
Right.
But we're entering an era where anyone that has money can just take a drone and put it in the sky.
Yep.
And that's what's going to screw us.
And it already has. Yeah.
I
mean, I did the episode about the guy that flew into the water plane in LA. Turns out it was one of the co-founders of Triarch Entertainment, the game company. Like, not a drone pilot, obviously, but he was able to just buy a drone, because anybody can buy a drone without having a pilot's license or anything, and go fly into a damn plane. Like, come on, guys. Like, you're ruining it for those of us that are, like, trying to make a living doing the thing.
Yeah, so I look at it like there's only so much time.
Yeah.
There's only so much time to enjoy this Wild West that we're kind of in. And I don't really like the regulation and stuff either, because it's like, I did the test live, and I just did it with ChatGPT, right? Like,
Sure.
Okay, I passed.
Yeah.
Like, it means nothing. It's just like another thing where they can. It's such a hard thing, because to me, the moment you get into a car, you risk your life more than anything you do. But they're not going to shut that down. But but drones are so really, like, if we keep them like under 250, 200 grams, they can't really hurt people. Right. Like, unless they fly into your eyeball or something.
Exactly. Like,
Like, it's such a, like dogs can hurt people so much more. Of course. Right?
Yep.
So it just gets picked on. And what happened with Ukraine, right? With the bombing and everything.
Oh my God,
we can strap bombs onto drones. Okay, it's understandable. But I was thinking about, like, even like the highway, where the gardener is. The highway is, like, on pillars. I'm just like, anyone could just go bomb those pillars, and 100%. You know what would happen? Do you know what would happen to our, like, transportation and
It'd be done for. You'd be stranded.
It would take 5 years to fix, and no one could go to work. And I'm just thinking about that. I'm just like it's crazy how anything like that can really happen So
Yep.
it just sucks when everyone gets penalized because of everything, right?
Yep, for
So
sure. For sure.
so I'm definitely not one of those people that's like, I'm going to be as careful as possible, do everything by the book, because it's like the moment you take your VTX and put it past 25 milliwatts, the moment you fly FPV without a spotter,
Yep.
like you're all breaking the law anyways.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the hyper righteous or the over righteous people is just, I enjoy pissing them off.
But I mean, you're right. It is still like the Wild West right now, but you're right. It's the restrictions are gonna get greater. It's gonna be harder to access the spaces or, the equipment needed. And I mean, I feel the same way about when we go film down at Starbase Texas at SpaceX, like it is, I mean, you could go up and like boop the rocket. Like you could go touch the thing. There's no fencing. Like they're like public boundaries.
Don't tell people.
But I mean, we make posts about it. Like they have like stakes in the sand with signs that say like SpaceX property, do not cross this line. People are still going to be dumb, but the problem is people are going to be dumb over and over again until they put fences up, and then like we will no longer have the access we have. So our team is very aware that like this era of Starship at SpaceX is very finite, and we are going to lose access more and more the more that people fuck around and find out. People will go down there and just like fly drones. They'll just like launch a drone, and then they get in trouble, and then the restrictions and the airspace gets like, bigger for like the, it sucks. But like, what do? You just got to keep doing your thing and do it the right way and tell people like, hey, don't ruin this for all of us, because that's what's going to happen. It sucks. But for you, what is something you know now that you wish you knew when you started this journey?
Oh, okay, so here's that's a great one. You cannot understand what something feels like without trying it. That's my curse. Like, I was just like, I need to know the difference between a high KV motor that's small and light and a torquier motor. And every camera, every part, like it's different. So how can you know your favorite without trying it? Right. And what you like, someone else isn't going to like, Sure. And I think that one of the biggest things to kind of just like teach people, or that you have to think of, is, the difference between a muscle car or a drag race and an import.
Sure.
Like the little race mobiles that are just like they can handle. So it's like you'll never expect a Mustang to be able to handle like a RX-7.
Right.
So FPV started a while ago with everyone on these big drones.
Yeah.
So they got used to all that momentum.
Right.
And lots of the time you see with lots of the cinematic drones, they'll throw like a 6S battery and then 6S motors. And they're overcompensating the weight with power, where what they could do is remove the weight and go efficient, and now you have more control. So you get to choose. Do you want all this power, the 6S being able to rocket launch it, but then also having to manage all that weight?
Right.
Or go as light as you can to the point where you're not losing strength and power?
Yeah.
Because there's like this weight to strength and power ratio.
Sure.
And I don't know the scientifics, right? But I just know, like, okay, if I make the carbon this much thicker, it's going to be that much stronger. Okay, at this point, it's not stronger, it's heavier. So there's more momentum and it's going to break. So figure out whether you like the idea of having turn on a dime control, not as much speed, or having all that power, but then you're going to have to manage the momentum.
Right.
So
it's
do you
gotta
want
go somewhere? Yeah.
It's one or the other, or something in between. And you see people saying, okay, put this battery, this will get you more flight time. So like the 250s with like an 850 battery. But if you put like a 560 high quality battery, you're going to get just about the same amount of flight time, less risk of damage in a hit because there's less momentum, more power, and like agility. So it's something you can't really understand until you've tried it.
Right.
And lots of people don't seem to try everything. They kind of like, oh, I like this. This is the best, or you got to do this, and you get people
Yeah.
really kind of set. Whereas I've always been open-minded because I'm like, if it is better, I want to know.
Of course. Yeah. The curiosity like will really help you like propel your business, and your ability to just kind of fly anything, I think that one of the big problems with people getting into like drone or FPV is actually the limitation. Well, not FPV so much because it is so customizable, but for a drone specifically, like it is so limiting on like what's available. There's not a lot. Obviously, you have DJI, but like you can't even order a DJI anymore because of all the restrictions and the bans we have here in the US, and like they're making it way harder for us to like access that stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Oh yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. But yeah,
I do not condone anything.
I do not condone anything, but I know that there are.
I know that if you visit me, we can have a nice time.
Yup. It's crazy, but I mean, even just like the space is limited as far as like other options. We've got like a few manufacturers here in America, but obviously the cost is significantly greater, and they're just not as good.
Well, like I did everything. So I flew all the
Sure.
systems, and I'm
Right.
very kind of different in this way too, because people go so hard on DJI.
Yeah.
And I got the V2 system when it was brand new for $700. It ended up being $900 by the time it came here with taxes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I broke like 10 vistas in a summer, and
Yeah.
the latency and stuff. So like DJI is amazing. There's no denying that it's
Sure.
amazing. But for instance, that little drone, that's analog. It's not
Right.
DJI. There's
Right.
no latency. And it's pretty like analog's not going anywhere because war
course.
has kind of pushed it all. They're not using DJI during war. They're all getting
Dude.
analog.
Their ability to figure out. Oh my god, my cat just fully just destroyed everything. It's fine.
Nice.
Their ability to figure out how to fly those drones, and obviously I'm not condoning what's going on there at all.
No.
I just think
Yeah.
that like the ingenuity and the engineering to go into this is like very fascinating and should be studied and probably talked about more. But their ability to take an FPV that they're building, obviously strap a bomb to it, whatever, but they're adding like analog wiring to the thing, and they can fly it 10 miles away
Yep.
on a. But I'm like, wait, are there no trees or power lines or like no obstructions? Like, what are we talking about?
Well, it doesn't
it's
matter because it
crazy.
keeps, even if it got stuck, it's just a one-way
It's just
thing.
a spool. It just like
Yeah,
goes
it's just
and
a
goes
spool,
and goes.
so it doesn't matter. It's a one-way
wild.
thing. It's
Dude.
nuts.
It's like their ability to figure out that is just insane to me and should be studied. I think that it should be talked about more. It's
Or how
a horrible
hobbyists-
thing, but like it's
How
fucking
hobbyists
crazy.
became soldiers, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Because it's
Exactly.
a skill. That
It is a skill.
It just
I mean,
sucks
it's the
that-
same with like, it sucks that
Yeah.
it's for harm, but I mean, it's the same reason that the Air Force is hiring gamers to do drone warfare because one, they're already desensitized because they play games, and two,
Yeah.
they know how to operate the stuff. So it's like the same thing. Hobbyists becoming soldiers, like it's a real thing, and like yeah, it fucking sucks, but it is fascinating. It is fascinating what's happening for sure. But for you, like, what do you got coming up that you're excited about? Like, what are you working on that you can share?
I've just it's funny because it's like I've got into a point where it's like I don't even want to fly as much because I don't want to make content.
Sure, fair.
I like, well, editing and everything. I said I
Yeah,
want to
dude.
be a good editor, so I had to. I built a reptile channel to like 12,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I built a vlog to like 3, and then the drone channel to like 5. Or I got like 3 monetized channels.
Sure.
But I'm just like Casey Neistat. I don't know if you got into the vloggers and stuff and saw that, and I'm like, he made 800 videos.
Yeah,
Mr.
I did
Beast,
dailies I did 1,000 in a row
there you go.
back
There
in
you
the
go.
day. Yeah.
So Mr. Beast didn't eat for 14 days.
Right.
And I'm like, I can beat that. So I fasted for 15 days and I beat Mr. Beast. And I was just like, damn it. Like, I want to do one of those. Like, I'm just like, Mr. Beast, just take me anything 1v1.
Yeah.
I want to 1v1 him. You know, he does the buried for 7 days. Like, anything you can do,
I can do better. You know? Let's go.
Like, not even better, but I'm just like, I want a 1v1. You know how he traps everyone? Sure. I'm like, stick me in one of those with you, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so I started doing, I said I'm going to do 1,000. And I haven't been posting in time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 3 months or 6 months. I don't know. I'm a few months behind, but I did over 500.
Right.
And I want to get that done so that I can do other stuff. And I kind of just want to stop, but I'm like, I said I'd do it, so I have to do it. So,
yeah.
But you know how brutal it is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did it while I was like, I started them when I was living overseas because I was like, this is kind of fascinating. I might as well just daily vlog. And my friend Charles was doing it at the time. And I was like, if he ever stops, I'll keep it going, whatever. And then I got to day 1,000. I had moved back to America. I had started touring with bands. I was like finishing a tour and I got home and my 1,001 video was like me sat on my couch and I'm like, I can't fucking do this.
I'm done.
Fuck this. Why? And like it wasn't like as monetizable as like say Casey's was because he had like built it in such a way that like he already had the following. Like I was building it from zero, right?
Yeah.
And so was Charles, but he was like the OG daily vlogger was this guy Charles. And so I stopped at day like 1,001 and he kept going for 10 years. He did 10 years of daily vlogs every single day, had a brain tumor, filmed his brain surgery because you have to be awake for it. So his surgeon was like, sure, you can vlog it. You can see the inside of his freaking brain on YouTube casually, like no big deal. He hit his 10 years and then him and his wife had a baby. And so he was like, I'm going to roll this back to like 5 days a week so that I can be there for my kid, right? And not have my kid be a piece of content, right? We all know family channels.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
And I have a kid, so it's just like, to me, I'm like, it's basically 3 years. Like 1,000 days is like 3 years. So I'm like, I got 3 years of my child's life. That's kind of beautiful. As she gets older and whatever, I don't. The thing that's nice about it actually is that, first of all, I'd never use my kid like that. Like, I love my kid and I'll share memories and stuff.
Sure.
But if she like, I never force her to do anything, and she sees me doing all this stuff. Yeah. So she doesn't want to be a YouTuber.
Hey,
She does struggle, which makes me happy. Like she does crafts, and she's so creative, and like because of COVID and everything, I had a big salon. I said I want to be a full-time dad, so I shut my salon just before COVID, and I opened a little one. So after this, I'm going to my little salon to do a couple customers.
Love it.
But I really built that confidence in her. Like, so we dance and we do karaoke together.
Fun.
And,
I love it.
And I push her to not be afraid, to be brave, and emotional education. Yeah. Because they don't give you emotional education in school. So I've really like worked a lot because I was a real problem child. Right?
Sure.
Like I was on 7 pills a day in high school. I wasn't allowed to be in school without being medicated.
Wow.
So I really I hated myself, and I was, and so I really wanted to make sure that she wouldn't go through that. So that's a huge thing. Wow. I don't even know where this was going.
Yeah, no, I mean just talking about daily vlogging and wanting to be present, it's something that like so Charles he like kind of cut his daily vlogging down. They just had another kid, so like I think they're just kind of doing like whenever he wants now. But the point being is like he did it, but was like never really truly recognized for like the feat of 10 years every single day daily vlogging. Like I feel like he wasn't appreciated for what he did, but Guinness World Records gave him a world record for it, and they told him like, we are retiring this, like no one will ever beat it because we won't let them, like this is yours forever, which I think is really cool. But like that was like really the only recognition he really got. But dude, it's the YouTube grind is crazy and people don't get it. But I think that, with my newer channel that I do like my drone behind the scenes stuff for, I didn't think that people were going to care that much because I had been posting similar stuff on my vlog channel, but I was doing so many things that it was like, people were like, what is this channel? So I was like, okay, well, I might as well just make a separate one for like my photography, videography, and like my drone stuff. And the other reason for that was like, I needed a place where I could put client work on like unlisted playlists so that I could send out, but it would be linked to that channel. So I didn't want them to see like my daily vlog.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I'm just going to make a separate thing. And like, I hate that I have like 5 YouTube channels, but like I didn't have I had to just because I needed to kind of separate stuff. Same with Instagram, whatever, because people were like, what do you do even? Like, I do a lot. Like you, I'm an artist. Like, I do a lot of shit. I have a lot of passions, and like, I don't want people to get like confused. So that's why. But the like drone behind the scenes channel like has done pretty well, and people are like fascinated like that there are like corporate gigs that you can get as a drone pilot. Like, people just didn't know because nobody's really talking about it. So I was like, I'm gonna make this channel. I'm gonna talk about it, and people, I mean, like yourself, like you found me from the the podcast and stuff, but I've had people reach out to me on Instagram like, yo, I love your drone videos. Like, can you do one about this? So it's like, it's cool that people like actually are curious and they want more information, and like, it's just a dope space to like share also like the cool stuff that I do. Like, I just finished editing one that I'm going to wait until I deliver the files to the client, but before I post it, but I just finished flying for a Bitcoin mining facility. Like, they're building these Bitcoin mining facilities, and they were like, hey, can you come fly like every month during the construction while we build these up? And I was like, hell yeah, that's sick. And I'm out there like,
for one Bitcoin.
No, exactly. It's so funny.
I'll do it for one Bitcoin.
I was out there filming. I was out there filming for them like a few days ago, and I'm filming behind the scenes, and I'm like, they could probably just pay me in Bitcoin, and I would probably let them. They're literally like getting it from right here. Like, it wouldn't even cost them anything.
Yeah.
Like, just give me a Bitcoin and I'll do it.
Yes.
One Bitcoin.
Yes.
One Bitcoin.
Just one.
And I asked the like site supervisor, I was like, do you guys also do like Ethereum or like, he's like, no, only Bitcoin. I'm like, damn, they're like all in, but it's like the most stable. So I'm fascinated by the crypto space. So it's like another cool like thing for me to learn more about while I'm getting paid to like film for them. So it's super cool. And I'm excited to post that one because I'm sure people will be like, wait, this is like corporate, but also construction. Like, it's multiple different types of drone flying. So it's really cool. But yeah, super stoked for that. So if people want to keep following your journey, where can they find you online? Where can they see your stuff?
Toronto FPV. And then on my homepage, I got links to other channels.
Perfect.
All the nonsense, right?
Amazing. Well, hey, thank you for coming on and for sharing your story and your journey with me and everybody that's going to listen to this. It's been really cool, like chatting with you about like, not only your hobbies, your passions, your different avenues of income, but also what like fuels you to keep doing this stuff. It's been really cool. So thank you, man.
And then one other thing just to mention, because I think that lots of people miss out on this, and it's that they think, okay, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to take videography, or I'm going to take this, and I'm going to get a job. And it's like, I've always looked at it, there's a back door, there's the other way. You know, it's just like, you work with all these people, and that's what I like. I find, I love you. You're fascinating,
Thank
you know?
you.
and I could just see how, like, you network and you connect with different people. And that's the thing. You see someone, you're like, I like what they're doing. And instead of being petty and like trying to compete and trying to be the best, you're not the best. There's always someone better. Collaborate, find people and be like, hey, I like you. Can I work with you? Let's do something fun together. Right.
And learn something, be open to learning, you can always get better. And like, why not ask the people that are better than you how they got better?
So just that, like thinking that more creative way, because we're in an era where I taught myself how to design drones from YouTube. Like, right? So it's like you can really do kind of anything if you really want to.
Absolutely.
And when you come to Toronto,
let's go.
We're hanging out.
I'm going to get the bug. I'm going to get the FPV bug even more than I already have it. I'm excited. Cool.
Yeah. I'll teach you in a day.
Word. Let's go. All right, guys. That was my episode with Matthew from Toronto FPV. If you guys are interested in following his journey, his links are down in the description. It was such a cool episode. I had a great time talking to him about his journey and why he wanted to build his own FPV. Like it's just problem solving at its finest and so fascinating. Give him a follow, support him. And if you guys enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe. I was consistently doing these every Monday, but over the years, I've obviously, like, my business has grown. I'm now touring with my band I just joined called the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. And so I'm way more busy now than I was when I started this podcast, which is a good thing. That's like the way you want to be, right? Like, I'd rather be more busy than less busy and, in life. But that being said, I do try to post these as often as I can. Obviously, I have to get guests on the shows, things like that. But thank you guys for sticking around, staying updated with the podcast. And if you want to come on and share your story, if you're a freelancer of any kind, an artist, a creative, I would love to have you on. You can hit me up. My email is in the description, or you can hit me up on Instagram, whatever is easiest for you, and we'll get you on the show. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will talk to you very soon. Stay strong, keep enduring. Go out and go create something. See ya.